Hello, welcome back to Nightmare Mario. It's been a while. The YouTuber Mancroy, who I've never actually spoken to, he's been playing it a ton, so I asked him what level I should make, and he gave me a really good idea. The Impossible Pack from New Super Mario Bros. 2. This was some super tough DLC for New Super Mario Bros. 2. It kinda sucked because it was in Coin Rush, but in Mancroy's honor, I decided to recreate it. All 3 courses in one level. So let's start with the first course. So this one's a beach course. It looks pretty simple. There's not a lot of enemies, but the enemies that are here are very, very effective. There's a couple of spiny Cheeps and this Porky Puffer guarding the top layer. Now in New Super Mario Bros. 2, there's a current that pulls you down. I can't do that, so I have a current that pushes you down instead from the top. And there's also a Cheep Chomp here at the end, so you gotta weave between all of the fish. It's really annoying. Nightmare Mario is supposed to be annoying rather than challenging, so to make it a bit more accessible for people, I did add power-ups, but you know, if you want to have an authentic experience, you can just ignore them. There's these crowbars that are really annoying, and it makes it really difficult to focus on the 4-way platform. As a kid, I actually couldn't, figure this platform out when it appeared in 5.1. It was just too much for me, so I don't think I would have ever been able to do this level. But that's just the easy part, because now there's going to be bombs coming out of pipes that we got to avoid. This is actually a little bit harder than in New Super Mario Bros. 2 because they come out 2 at a time instead of 1 at a time, because 2 at a time is the minimum that they can come out in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, either 2 at a time or 3 at a time. But we do have the twirl, so that evens it out a little bit. And then after you're out of there, there's one more section. Hey, Lactu comes along. It seems like he just doesn't let up, but believe it, I have it on the setting so he throws less spinies, so I dread to think what the setting of more spinies looks like. Now, the final section of the level is with these Hammer Bros, and I should have done that. Oh god. In New Super Mario Bros. 2, the poles of the chain chomps are a bit shorter, so I had to account for that. There we go. Now we're gonna move on to the second course. Let me tell you, this was a pain to recreate. The tower tile sets are so annoying to work with. I didn't tile it exactly the same as New Super Mario Bros. 2 did it, but I still tried to make it look coherent, which for any other towers that I've made so far in this hack, I've taken shortcuts, so I don't have to really put that much work into the tiling. Now for here, there aren't any rotating brown tower blocks in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, so I used the rotating mushroom platforms. That's the closest shape that we have. They're a little bit bigger than the platforms in the original version, but they do the job. And then we got a wall jump up here. It's much easier than in New Super Mario Bros. 2 because we have the twirl. I'm still failing it though, apparently. Oh god, dude. Oh lord. So now you have to wall jump up here, and the next section is more of like a horizontal tower section. But I decided to swap it out with 1-1 from the hack. I just felt like it would fit a bit better, you know? We got some Monty Moles and some fire chomps around. We do actually have the checkpoint this time as well. As always, we can get the 7 red coins. Oh yeah, if you respawn at the checkpoint, there's this guy. And finally we have the third course. Now, you may notice that it doesn't say Impossible Pack at the top anymore. And that's the thing is with the third course, it uses the rising and falling poison, and I don't know how to set that up in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So I thought I'd just put the final boss again. It's got pink blocks, that's a bit like poison, kinda. Same thing with the accessibility options in the final boss too. You can either play it normally, or you can just run along the bottom, you know, which one would you prefer, you know, pick your path. And then here, you can either magically fly and cheat, or you can go along the bottom, the difficulty options. And just like usual, it ends in a chest. Now next I want to show you this cool toad house. So basically, you try and get the chest, and then you just can't. But if you go from the top, you still can't. Okay, but actually, if you go from the left, you still can't. I also forgot to show you power-up panels, and I mean, there's not really much to see. This is Timmy's first power-up panels. It's not really hard or annoying. I guess if you went in here expecting like a cool Toad House idea, like the other Toad Houses in this hack, then in that regard it's quite annoying. Now next is the Ghost House, and I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite levels in this whole world. So you play it as normal. The only change I've made is none of the blocks go up anymore. They all go down. There's no stationary ones either. They all go down. And you'll see that we need to get through here. And there is a switch here, so let's wait for the platform to fall and hit the switch. Okay, it didn't look like anything happened, but it's okay, because we can wait for this platform to fall and get the switch as well. And this is also where the secret exit door is, but we're going to ignore that for now. We're not going for the secret exit right now. Okay, still didn't do anything. But that's okay, because there's some switches over here as well. So let's see, maybe some of these will activate the gate. Oh, it looks like some of them have. But it looks like we still need to find 9 more switches. I guess in that case, let's slowly wait for every single platform in the level to fall down to the bottom so we can find the switch at the bottom of them. Now this section, I just thought it'd be nice to have it underwater. If you come this way, you have to get the star coin exit. But there's no exit, it's just a soft lock. So that's the secret area, and I'm sure everyone knows about it. I'm sure, because there's just so much reason to go up here, and there's so much reason to go up here, and it's just really well indicated that this is here in the original game. So I'm sure everyone will know about that door, and they'll go straight for it. And then now you gotta wait on another platform. I just thought it might be nice. Now, if you thought that was fantastic, wait until you see the secret exit. So there's an unused, I think it's unused, property of these blocks, which makes it so you have to have a certain amount of people or object on them before they start moving. So I could use this to make a multiplayer check, but I didn't really want to do that. What if someone didn't have any spare Wii remotes, you know? So instead, I made it so you have to drop 15 glow blocks. Or I guess you could play multiplayer and drop 12 glow blocks onto it. Either way, you gotta throw some glow blocks. And glow blocks can't be stacked on top of each other. They bounce around, as you can see down there, so you can't throw them around willy-nilly, or they're not all gonna fit. Well, but isn't the consequences of my own actions. There we are, we're in! Let's go! Woo! And there we are. That's the end of the level. Honestly, just a really fun and fast-paced level. Alright, let's go to this Toad house next. And now for the castle. Now this was an idea left by one of you guys, so if you have ideas, leave them in the comments. Just one request, keep it here. If you see me in like another streamer's chat or something, don't start asking me about my content. I feel bad when I take the spotlight away from other people in their own spaces. So someone suggests that I swap the ground and chain link fences, which I never thought of doing, so here we go. There's a moving chain link fence here, so I swapped it with a brown tower block that moves back and forth in roughly the same direction. Now we can't make this jump, so we're actually going to have to use the brown tower block. The Koopas really do not know what to do, and I don't blame them. For this star coin, you've just got to grab it and then get out. That jump's kind of hard. You can also just damage boost down the bottom. You can also not damage boost down the bottom. Hold on, watch this. Thrilling stuff. This jump is tighter than it looks because this tower block can squish you. There we go. Great. Glad I could demonstrate it. And now obviously you can't go in the door if it's just chain link fences, so I added some hidden blocks down here. The rest of the level is more of the same. It is kind of fun, regrettably, but it looks terrible, and that's the main thing. Now again, we can't go in this pipe, so instead we're just gonna go around it. Because for some reason you can do that in this level. If someone finds a way to clip through the floor here, like, you can just skip the underwater section. And then we have this long section here. We can grab the chain link fences at the top, but it's probably more worth it to just stay at the bottom. There is the underwater section here. It's not really changed that much, other than I guess you can go into the floor if you want. So let's go in the door and finish the level. Of course, the boss fight is also chain link fences, because, you know, why wouldn't it be? Hey, Wendy. Bye, Wendy. Hi, 1-1. Come on, how could I pass this up, dude? There's circular, rotating chain link fences in this game. Miyamoto personally came to my house and asked me to make this level, dude. Also, I'm doing you a favor, because 1-1 is far better than the horrible Wendy underwater boss fight. Does anybody like fighting that boss fight? I'm just so thoughtful. Now, finally, we have the airship. It's kind of barren, but we are gonna need to come through here. As you can see, I blocked it off and we'll be coming through here later on. All of the wooden blocks are metal now, so you can't get any of the contents. There's no music playing. There's just nothing really going on here. We can get a mini mushroom and then backtrack to grab the first star coin. Now, you wouldn't be able to access this pipe if there was still the metal blocks, so I just got rid of them, and it takes you to 1-1. It's nice 1-1. The holes are all patched up, dude. Bowser Jr. takes good care of his airships, alright? It is unfortunately auto-scrolling, though, so. Now, coming down here isn't a complete waste of your time, because at the end you can get the second star coin. And then it's just a nice, simple jump into this pipe to finish off. Now, when you reach the end of the airship, you hit the switch, and now you have to backtrack. However, one thing you might notice is when you hit the switch, the third star coin actually opens up. And if you grab it, you get boxed in, and you have to go back in the pipe to 1-1. Anyway, with that all done, we can finally leave here, jump straight off the edge, and get a checkpoint. Excellent stuff. And now, let's take the propeller block over here. I was having a real hard time thinking of how to make this boss fight horrible, but I came up with a solution. Here we go. Let me explain what's going on here. So my first idea was to get rid of the propeller block, but the propeller block are part of the fight. I tried barring them off, but I didn't like how it looked. So instead, I made this little chamber that you can hit him in. And the ceiling is lower, so it's harder to jump on his head. You really do need to, like, propeller up there. So you can lob it at him. So you have to wait for him to get into this tiny little spot, but sometimes there's a skewer that comes down from the tiny little spot. It's not brutal, but it's certainly more annoying than a normal fight where you can just take him out frame 1. Oh god. Yeah, oh god. Okay, we got it. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go work on the German translation of this for, like, the one German YouTuber that plays this.